is Whitney, and I want to thank you so much for deciding to click on this video. Your view and your support means the absolute world to me. Today, my dad's doing a video with me. This is my dad, Barry. Say hey.
Hi.
And I thought it would be really neat just to kind of talk to him. You guys really enjoy like creepy, spooky stories, and he is actually a truck driver. How long have you been a truck driver? Like a roundabout?
37 years.
Dang, that's older than me. So you have a couple of stories that you can tell me, like encounters of animals that, yeah, that you've seen on the road and stuff, because you mainly are gone at night, right?
Right.
Okay, so go ahead and tell me one. Which one do you want to start off with? The one about the coyotes?
Yeah, there's something going on with the coyotes here in Kentucky. It's either a wolf or a hybrid coyote and a wolf mix or something. Because I was coming to work one night and I walked around and opened my trunk, and I was getting my lunchbox out, and I noticed at first I thought it was a large German Shepherd running behind me, you know, and just stuck behind another car. So I dismissed it as, oh, it's some wild dog or something. Anyway, I started walking through the gate to my truck, and one of the drivers from a distance, he said, "Hey, you got a buddy calling you into work." And I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Look behind you." And I looked behind me, and it was the biggest coyote I ever seen.
I thought they were relatively small. Like, how much do they weigh, do you think?
Normal coyote, 35 to 40 pounds. This.
But they're super aggressive, right?
No, not really. They're just curious and skittish. But this one here was. That's
weird.
This one was within 7 or 8 feet of me. He was following me to my truck, and this clearly wasn't the regular coyote.
Yeah, why would it be following you?
Very large.
Did it have rabies maybe or something?
No, it was calm acting. It was calm acting. So what I did when I got to my truck, he was still there watching me. I got out one of my sandwiches and throwed it to him. He grabbed it and took off.
Are you serious?
Sure did. But I believe it was a wolf. It was pretty good size. I bet it weighed, 80 to 100 pounds. It was pretty good size. So that they must have started moving into Kentucky or something.
It's like, so you notice them getting larger?
In the last several years, I've seen this large breed. They're a whole lot bigger than the regular coyote, so I don't know if they're a coyote or wolf mix or a full breed wolf or what. They're real husky.
Wow.
Regular coyotes are, kind of skinny, mangy looking. Not these guys, and they're not afraid of you.
Okay, so go ahead and tell them the interesting story about Illinois, like what happened to the sky and everything. I like that story.
Okay, this is back around 1996 when this happened. I was I'm from Louisville, and I was leaving to go to St. Louis, Missouri. And on my way there, I stopped off an exit called Burnt Prairie, exit 117, Burnt Prairie, Illinois. It's desolate. It's just a wide open space.
It sounded by the name of it.
Yeah, there's nothing out there. Anyway, I'd heard a noise. I thought may have had a flat or something, so I walked around my truck to check my tires. And I got back up on my catwalk there, and I looked up as a real starry night, and it was this huge black wedge, slowly going across the sky. How I knew it was a clear night, no sound or nothing, and it was just moving across the sky at a real slow pace, and it was blocking out the stars. That's how.
That's so weird. So it was larger than any like aircraft, like military aircraft, right?
Oh yeah. I don't know what it was. I was not far from. I was about 50 miles from Scott Air Force Base. But as I was watching this, I heard a noise down below me, and I was getting kind of nervous, But anyway, I looked down, and there was this huge Saint Bernard jumped up on the catwalk, and I fell back and almost fell off the backside of my truck.
Was it aggressive? Like, what happened?
No,
I would have ran.
It was friendly. It just jumped up, but for a second there, I almost fell off the backside of the truck there because it scared me. But he just looked at me and then he just took off going across the field.
Oh my gosh. So you might have seen a UFO.
Well, it's probably some type of military. It could, who knows? But
yeah,
anyway,
there's a lot of
there was no
unexplained
sound.
things.
It was going real slow, and it covered most of the sky, so it was enormous. But in that area, I know at that time, other people had seen something similar.
Really?
That wedge type.
I need to look that up.
Near Scott Air Force Base back around 95 or 96, somewhere around there.
If I can find that
same
online,
time,
I'm
yeah.
going to insert it in this video. So you
But
guys
it was
can-
something, some type of
That's
crap.
crazy.
It wasn't any noise or anything.
Yeah. So, like, what other types of animals have you seen?
Well, gosh, I don't know when it was, but
Didn't you run over a bear not too long ago? Like, oh my gosh. What
Yeah,
state
back
was
in-
that in?
it was in Kentucky. In
There's bears in
last year,
Kentucky?
2017. Yeah, I was around Daniel Boone National Forest area on Interstate
love that area.
64, coming back towards Louisville, and I seen something black coming towards me from a distance, and you know, I didn't have time to hit the brakes or anything. And next thing I know, it was headed for the front of my
Aw.
truck, and at the last minute, I seen what it was, and it just went down on all fours, and I
Poor
ended up running
thing.
over. I didn't have a chance to avoid it.
But a freaking bear?
But I stopped. It was a black bear.
Well,
Pretty good
if a
sized
car
black
had
bear.
hit that, they would probably be in pretty bad shape.
Yes, it was pretty good size. Yeah, I hated that. I hit it, but wasn't nothing I could have done to avoid it, unfortunately.
Aww.
I don't want to
Didn't you say that you seen like a black panther or something too, maybe?
No. When I was down there, I was heading towards Knoxville and Interstate 75 around Livingston, Kentucky, that exit 49 area. I had stopped there off the ramp. You know, every so often you got to check the tires and everything. And I actually seen, believe it or not, a cougar,
Oh my god.
mountain lion.
Really?
Yeah, run across the road there, and I know for a fact that's what it was. And I contacted Fish and Wildlife, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, and I told them my story, and they said they wouldn't be surprised. They said in that
Oh
area
my
they
gosh.
have been reports of mountain lions. A mountain lion, people have reported a mountain lion before down in that area. And the thing about a mountain lion, they can kill you. If they could sneak up on you before you could do anything. We are on the food chain of a mountain lion. So folks, they're out there.
Well, I
And the
told you.
bears too, and these wolves, hybrid coyotes, wolves mix. I don't know what it is. In the last several years, between 2016 and on up, I've seen this larger wolf or coyote going across the road. I see them all the time, and they're a lot bigger than the regular coyotes. So we could have wolves in Kentucky too, as well as mountain lions.
Well, remember I told you I was hiking. What's the highest peak on this side of the United States? I was hiking, and remember I got lost in the mountains? I do have a vlog of that on this channel, and I heard, like, it sounded like a mountain lion or something up in the mountains. I was
Could be.
freaking
Where was
out.
this at?
In Tennessee, in like the Gatlinburg area.
Oh,
the
yeah.
highest point.
You was up there around Klingman's Dome?
Yes, and we took
They would be up there probably.
the long way instead of the trail and got lost for hours.
Yeah, that's not good.
But yeah, what are some other things? You've seen a lot of gory things too on the road, like wrecks and things like that. And that one story you told me is so scary about that guy on the ramp.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Going down Interstate 65. I was headed, let's see, it was around Mumfordsville area, around the 62 exit, somewhere around there. There was a guy there sitting up against a guardrail, and somebody had to cut his throat. He was like, he had real long hair, and he was kind of like
poor guy.
maybe a drifter or whatever, and his head was laying back.
That
and
is
his
so
throat was
scary.
slashed. Yeah, it was cut wide open.
Oh my gosh.
They killed him right there.
There's
See,
a lot of like scary people.
It's a dangerous world. It really is.
Really
People
is.
don't realize it.
Definitely. So I guess that's all, I guess, unless you have anything else to add.
I can't think of any right now. I know there's others.
We'll probably do another video.
Oh, yeah.
He has also, like, he's been in the Marines and everything, and I was thinking about interviewing him in his time in the Marines and just talking about that. If you guys would like to see that video, let me know down below. And thanks for doing this video with me, Dad.
Oh, thank you.
I always like to include my family and friends and stuff like that. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.